Hi everyone. Okay, I know you. I know all of you have heard the terms of planting your own crops. I know all of you have known that all of the human in this earth need the nutrition from the food that we get. But the increasing the population of human made us thinking that the space in the earth become narrow and narrower. Right? Have you ever think about planting your own crops or planting your own food that you can produce in your own home? But you couldn't do that because there is so much things that need to be prepared and so much things that need to be done. And then you need a lot of space. While here, while in the earth, it's getting narrower because there is an explosion of people's population and people that be getting building more maybe houses and so on. And when we want to plant food, we need a space, right? So here we are presenting our method that planting our own food doesn't need spaces. So we're from the group 6. So there's Alfito Ainur, Kezia, Kyla, myself, Faika, Zahra, and Cherry. Okay, start from the background. So we're actually thinking about how we can deals with the problem of people not getting food, not getting enough food, while actually they can plant it themselves. But there's a lot of spaces that in this art that couldn't be used since people be using it for houses, using it for malls and another building. So by using verticultural hydroponic, well, actually hydroponic is one of the main one of the solution of how we can plant our food but without spaces. But hydroponic, normal hydroponic is actually taking more spaces than this verticultural hydroponics. So that's why our team chose this method. Okay, that's the reason on why our team chose this team.
Okay, here I will explain about the meaning of verticulture. So why do we need to know about the meaning of verticulture first? It's because it can help us to understand the topic that we will present. So verticulture is a way of farming or growing plants using planting media in containers arranged vertically or in tiers, which has the benefit to sorry, to utilizing space or limited land. Verticulture comes from two English words, that is vertical and culture. Vertical means perpendicular or descending, and culture means maintaining plants with a vertical pattern. So verticulture can be interpreted as a maintaining technique or cultivating plants with vertical pattern. And verticulture was introduced by a seed company in Switzerland 1944. And you guys can see here is the picture from verticulture. Thank you.
Okay, so the next is things that we need to consider in verticulture. So the first is the media of verticulture. Why do we need to consider the media? Because of course, in doing this verticulture system, we need to have the container, and we should also prepare some of the things because it's quite different from the normal planting way. And the second is we should also prepare the usage of fertilizers, whether it's organic or inorganic, because of course we need fertilizers to in planting things. And the third is the seed preparation and planting. In seed preparation, we have to consider which seeds do we need to plant in the horticulture, because not all seeds can be planted in this horticulture system. For example, like shallots, for example, like cabbage, and any maybe like tinier plants. And also the way of we plant things is also quite different from the normal planting system. And lastly, the plant maintenance. We should always take care of our plants, and in this horticulture, it is also quite different from the normal planting system. And we must also consider this planting maintenance way as well.
Okay, so you may be curious, what are the things that we need for horticulture? So the first thing is PVC pipe or polyvinyl chloride pipes, and then the second one is planting hole. It is a hole that ducts in the rock wall for the purpose of planting seeds, and then circuits, and then panel fabric. The next is dead pot. It is a type of container made of plastic and has a perforated bottom. It allows plant roots to grow through the pot into the nutrient-rich water below. And then the sixth one is pumps for pumping the water. Next is rock wool, AB mixed fertilizer, and our team use white mustard green seedlings. So what are the advantages of horticulture? The first one is it uses efficient space utilization. Horticulture allows the cultivation of crops in a smaller footprint compared to the traditional horizontal farming methods. And then the water conservation significantly reduces water usage through controlled irrigation systems and recirculation. And then horticulture minimizes the need for chemical inputs and reduces the carbon footprint associated with transportation. And then with the controlled environments, horticulture enables year-round cultivation, providing a consistent supply of fresh produce. And then horticulture holds a great potential in addressing global food security challenges and reducing the environmental impact of agriculture. And the last one is the technological advancements. It continued research and innovations in horticulture technologies are expected to further enhance its efficiency and viability.
Okay, so now we've seen the advantages of verticulture. We want to show you the pros and cons of hydroponics for the to see which one is better. So first of all, with hydroponics, we have reduced water consumption because the water flows from all each of the pipes, and so we don't really let any of the water go to waste. So we don't have to use as much water as we do on other agricultural systems, and producing high quality food for high populations. Now with hydroponics, usually the fruits we get from it are actually higher quality, and that's one of the pros of hydroponics. And we have reduced rate of pests and fungus because we don't use soil on hydroponics. We don't really have as much pests and fungus growing on the soils. And then optimal use of area. One of the good things about hydroponics is the less usage of land, and then improved yield means that we have higher control of the nutrients and the space and the environments of where the plants go. And now on the cons is that hydroponics have a higher setup cost, and so that's one of the things verticulture has better, because verticulture doesn't cost as much to set up, which means it's more accessible for more people. And then reliance on constant power supply, because hydroponics rely more on the automated watering system. It always needs the electrical system to be on. And then susceptibility to waterborne diseases, because the water is always flowing and there's just one water system. If a virus goes through the water system, then the virus will spread easily to all of the plants. And then vertical systems are more accessible for plant control and maintenance. That's verticulture. And higher level maintenance and monitoring. So basically, because of how hydroponics is made, it needs even more higher maintenance, and it just needs more manpower to make sure it goes well.
Thank you everyone for listening to our presentation. It is really to share things for those chances on giving you maybe some insight about the verticultural hydroponics. So do you have any question?